Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here with a third-party review, and today we'll be looking at Badcube's Engineer Huff. And this is just a new mold, and this is a new version of the very first Cubex Engineer Huff. And they rebranded into Badcube, and now this is a stab at redoing their very first figure that did have a lot of QC issues. So we'll put them to the side right now and take a look at the box. And here is Badcube Robots Old Timer Series 01, because he was the original, but that was back under Cubex. And he's the Justice Force. This side's plain, it's OTS-01. And you got the back, some character art. And it's got the little bio here. Tells you don't eat it, because you will choke, and you can die. And it's got his stuff there. And a picture here of him on the toilet. I don't know, he's growling. He's mad. Alright, that's the box. And it comes with these neat little cards. Of course, you get the Badcube style card, front and back. And just read as the back of the box. And you have the other style, which mimicked the very first styling of the mesh piece cards, which has since changed to more of a stylized artwork in the back. And you also, of course, along with Huff, you get weapons, which I didn't include back in his transformation, but then you get this gun here, and we have this gun here, based on two different guns. It tells you the instructions based on different episodes. He had this gun in the very first mini-series, and then later on in the series he had this kind of gun. So, he also comes with this face plate. You can change out his face. That's more of his, I guess, screaming, or you can say maybe he's whining and complaining. He's huffing and he's puffing about stuff. And then you get this figure here, Huff. And it's the masterpiece version of a Huffer. So, yeah. Overall, it's a very nice figure. It does have a lot of heft to it. He's got some die cast in him. Overall, he's a very nice figure head-on. I never had the original Cubex version, and this version here, I think it does just fine. This one's a little bit closer to the cartoon in robot mode, whereas I believe the other one was a little more a mix of toy and tune in the vehicle mode. But overall, I mean, he looks fine. I've already stickered him up there with some stickers on each side of his doors. And here's underneath. The instructions have you had his head turned around. This is how he came out of the box for me. His head was facing this way. And I found it's really close to the thing behind his head. I don't want to scrape any paint off his face, so I just left him this way. And he's got plenty of clearance. But yeah. I also put a little sticker there. And in a way, he's almost a shelf warmer. Not necessarily to that extent, but it almost doesn't feel bad like a Badcube figure when I'm transforming this. He's got a very simple transformation, very intuitive, and you can pretty much figure out what you gotta do next by looking at it. And here's G1 Huffer. Yes, you know, size is not there. The comparisons, I mean, they did a good job, I believe. One thing they didn't do about the toy, the colors are off. You know, from the sides and everything. It looks fairly good, fairly good. Underneath, yes. I'll show you in comparison. I don't have very many car masterpiece figures in vehicle mode. I have one, and I will show him off for that one. And here he is with Lambor or Sideswipe. He's a little dusty. I gotta get the dusting. So it shows you size there. Huff is a lot taller, just as long. Okay, why is my camera panning up? Okay, he's just as long as him. So, like stand up. So. Same length from front to back, and he's bigger, which is truck should be. So, yeah, not bad at all in that comparison. Now here's his instruction manual. We'll take a quick look at that. Just to show you, I didn't show this off a minute ago, but yeah, we'll just take a look at some concept art. Other Huff from the other world. There's this concept art for Piper from the other world. So back to Huff. Alright, so let's get transforming Huff here. First thing I'm going to do is you're going to unpeg these mirrors here. And that's pretty much what holds this piece tight, otherwise it's kind of wobbly. And you just want to take them and rotate them on a ball hinge there, ball joint, and just get them up against the door. I'll just repeat that on the other side. Get them up against the door. Makes do. Next thing I want to do is this piece here raises up. And now these pipes, these things just come around his hands. And you just take them and you just come off and they just fall inside here. Like so. And you can go ahead and sort of close that back down for right now. You can just take his arms and just pull them out to the side here. So he's, yeah, like that. Then you just want to raise this entire section up. This piece here, you want to pull it forward. And then you want to take his front wheels up, bring them up. And there's this little black bar here, and this is on a sliding, and you just slide it down. And just fold it all the way in. And just repeat on the other side. Get it up. Slide it down. So they're sitting in there like this. Then you just want to slide that back down against them. And you want to take this whole section here and you want to close it back. Now this back part here is also on a sliding hinge, and you want to collapse this inside of the cab. So let's get it to slide down. Now I can slide that far. You can go further all the way down until it snaps, but I'm just gonna go that far for right now because I think that's perfectly fine. Okay, next thing you want to do is his arms here. These little blue pieces here will go into the shoulder gaps. So push it up and just rotate his arms around. Go ahead and rotate his arms around if you want while you're pushing them up. Like so. And it raises up. And the structure you have these out to the side. This little top little piece, it moves a little bit out to the side. I'm kind of going to keep his arms out of the way because the next pieces you're going to have to be moving things here. These little panels on the side of his legs, you just want to pop them off. Or untab them, pop them off. And then there's these pieces here that is tabbed into the back of his hip. These little parts are going to tab in up here now. So just untap them there, and then go up here. Tap them in. Same with the other one, like so. Voila. Now you guys like this far, you just want to untap them together. And they tab in at the bottom here, and also his hitch tabs together. So you just want to untap them. And the legs are simple enough. What you want to do is take the hitch, move it to the side, inside his leg there. And then take this whole back section here, which is going to be his foot. Raise it up, and it's on this, if I get focus on it, this little screw thing is on a hinge, but also it hinges down here. So the whole thing is on a ball joint, see, but it's on this little hinge, and you want to turn it. It goes all the way down to the bottom of his leg, like so. The next thing I'm going to do is take his tire here, and it just comes up, and it's on a slider, and it slides into his leg. And there's this little orange tab here, will come down into there, take the hitch thing, bring it back up onto the tire, and then you can take this piece here. There's a little peg on the door, focus on that, There. And I'm going this hole here at the bottom of his leg, like so. And then you just take this front piece here and just fold it down, and that's his foot, and you're done with the leg. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So you just want to take this piece down, take this whole foot up, and you want to get that piece to go all the way down. Wheel up, slide in, down. Only doing these little things, all these sliders and these little tabs, it really works on your fingers. Makes my finger hurt. Close that down, bring this piece back up. Take the door, tap it in. My finger's hurting, I'm trying to use my side of my hand. Lower the piece down. And you got his legs done. Then you just want to take his wrists, and they just turn each arm. And there you go, you got yourself a Huffer. Like I say, very un-Badcube-like in the transmission, at least in my opinion, from what I've dealt with. Sun Surge, he was a little difficult, but not. He's kind of exploded open. Brawny isn't really that bad. And Gears really isn't, or Grump, he isn't really that bad either. He's small and fiddly. And just get things a tab right. Overall, this one isn't really hard at all. Very simple, very simple. I looked at instructions once to make sure how to do it, then I put them down and transformed them. So, and I've been able to do it, freely and at will, as often as I wanted. This is probably my 5th time transforming him now, and it's just very simple. So he's easy to get the hang of, and we'll just take a look at him here. Now he is a lovely figure. I noticed the biggest difference between the Cubex and the Badcube that I can see in pictures are his legs. They're a little bit different design. This is more cartoon model-like than the other. And I think the little piece behind his head is slightly different, and the cab overall I think is slightly different. But I don't know. I've never owned one. And to change his face out here, all you want to do is get something underneath his chin there, pop that out, and put it on. I'm not going to do that because I like that face there. And to hold his gun, it's just a regular kind of masterpiece style. It's got the little side tabs. Open whichever hand you choose. I am right-handed, so I always need to go to the right. And you just slide it in. And it is a tight fit to get in there. And then you just close his hand over it. So you can have this big gun here. Let's see this little gun here, which also is supposed to be in his. You can store it in his. This one can store it in his vehicle mode. This handle folds in, and then this piece folds over it. I had a hard time getting the handle out of the gun, so I've just chosen to leave this out of the transformation. But you can see there's these little holes on each side of the gun here. Is that when you put them into vehicle mode, there's these little tabs. You can't see in here. You move this piece here. These little hinge things right here. They will is one each side. They will tab into each side of the gun there, and it holds it in between his legs in vehicle mode. Sort of helps fill in that little spot back there if you want it to, more like his little fuel thing. So they both work the same way. They both tab in the same way. And I've pretty much chosen to go with a smaller weapon, just because I think this one's just a bit too big, and this one matches his overall color scheme. Voila. So the gun and his face will go back in his little baggie, because that's where they will stay, and they'll go into the box, and they'll be put up and kept in the box. So we'll just compare him with his G1 counterpart. Alright. There's Huff. with his G1 counterpart. Yeah, you can tell the colors are way off already in the toy anyway. But a lot of the third-party companies lately have been trying to go for the toon look. This here, the toy. I kind of wish they had packaged another face in there, a faceplate that would mimic this one. I mean, just for shits and giggles. Excuse my language. Just for craps and giggles, and just for the overall. Now, just give it a little bit of a toy feel. Just a little bit of toy feel. Come on. Now we'll show off a little comparisons here. This is him with Masterpiece Bumblebee. Let's give you a little bit of size. Bumblebee tops off at the top of his torso. It's just another Badcube creation. Here is Grump, and Grump goes probably about his nose. And Grump was always on the smaller in the cartoon gears, just slightly bigger than Bumblebee. And I actually do like Huff more than Grump here, but both I think nail the look very nicely. But I think I prefer Huff just overall in the transformation. He's just the ease of it and everything. It's just a lot. I think it's a lot better. And here he is with a X-Transbots Arcos, their version of Masterpiece Beachcomber. I see my thing with X-Transbots. I think with Arcos, I don't know. I gotta check out. I just feel he's too small with everybody else. I feel like he should be about his height, but I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong. And here he is with our Brawny. And Brawny's probably slightly taller to the actual head height, but Huffer just has much mass based on the back of his backpack. Now I know they released Brawny and Backland, and I probably will end up buying Backland. Never did when they first released them. I like my Brawny. I don't want to get rid of it. I know the colors are slightly different. I think a little bit in some places. I think in here it's like silver. I don't know all of it because I don't own it. I think they add a little bit of die cast to him. This one right here, when you hold him, now he is heavy. He is very light. So you can feel the heft and Huff. You don't feel anything in Brawny, the original one, because he is straight up plastic. I believe there's no metal or no die cast in him at all. Whereas Huff and Grump, they have some weight to them. Show him off here with a Carbot. Let's have him put his gun down so he's not hitting him in the head. Here is a Blue Streak. I guess we can pound up. Now I think that scale works very nicely. And here they are with MP Inferno, and yeah, Inferno towers over him. And they're right Inferno. Yeah. But overall, he will fit nicely into your Masterpiece collection. I think with either look you're going, he's got the simple looks, but I believe the first one he was pretty simple on his own, right? Now articulation, he's got what you normally would expect. He's got the shoulders. He's got a slight bicep swivel. Mine when he came in, his joints are very tight. It's a pain to turn his wrists for transformation. So I'm having to hold his arms and really turn. So I was I don't know if yours would be that way, but mine, his joints are very tight. His wrist joints are very tight. I can't really even get his bicep swivel to even really move very much. It's tight. Shoulders are not that bad. These pieces here that actually move up and down for transformation are tight. So just let you know. And when I first try to open his hands, they are pretty tight as well. I'm straining to get this hand open. But once you get his hands open and close a few times, they get a little bit easier. But his hips move with his legs when you go up, so that is nice. He's got the upper swivel here, and he's got the knee bend, which are very tight on him. I believe he doesn't have any knee swivels though. No, he's got ankle tilt this way, and you can go sort of rocks front and back very little, but you have that toe transformation where you can bend his foot and his toes up a little bit to get a little bit more posing out of him. His knees also, when they bend, they're very tight. You're only going to get to about there because it's going to hit him, but you can get a little forward bend in it. So if you want them to have them, you can, look a little awkward, but hey, it's there. And you go to the side all the way out. And you can do the Zohan. Don't mess with a Huff on. Okay. And of course his head's on the ball, and it can do a whole bunch of looking around and emoting. It's just little, you get your fingers in there underneath all that to turn it. But it's workable. It is workable. But overall, I really do like this figure. Very happy with this one. Very, very happy. And you look at his face there. So yeah, this is one purchase I'm very happy I have made. Of course, he does have his waist swivel. I guess I didn't go over that one. But most of these have these kind of joints, so you don't always have to be showing them. But I guess it is good to let people know they are there. But if you're a Huffer fan, this figure I would say is a must. He's very, very good. If you're a cartoon fan and you want that cartoon look, he is a must. He nails it. If you're a G1 to Season 1 or Season 2 fan, yes. So, I mean, overall, I think he cleans up nicely. I just really, really like this figure, and I think he's worth the amount you're going to pay to get him. So, yeah. I think I covered everything. Yeah. So overall, I'll give this figure is definitely an A+ figure for me. I'm loving this figure. I've transformed this figure multiple times the past couple of days, posed them, took pictures, slept with them. Just did a lot. Okay. Joking, but still, he is a very nice figure. I think if you're a G1 collector, Masterpiece collector, he's worth it. If you're a Huffer fan and you don't even buy Masterpiece toys, third-party toys, I say he is a must. Get him. He is very much worth it, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know this video's been a little long. Well, I'll probably tack on a few pictures I took of him as well, but at the end of this video. So thanks for watching if you made it this far. Until next time, peace out.